Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. We're glad that you're here. I'm Steve,
And I'm Scott.
and together we are Backyard Musings, the science and technology channel.
Yeah, and today we're talking about a food topic. Kind of interesting.
Nutrition. Yeah.
Yeah, nutrition. And some people, swear you got to eat fresh right off the vine and or the tree. And other people are saying no. Because, I think most of the fruit you buy, unless you're growing it yourself, most of it's been frozen somewhere along the line, right?
Most of
Unless
it, yeah.
Yeah, so you buy a sack of oranges, even from a vendor on the street corner, chances are that fruit has been frozen somewhere along the line. So, but anyway, let's talk about this.
Before we get started, I was talking with Scott offline. A couple weeks ago, I remember I told you that I found this new supplement called Inulin, Inulin, that was supposed, we did a story. It was supposed to help osteoarthritis in the knee, the inflammation. And I told everyone that I would start taking it because I bought it that night. And so here's a report. It has helped. I have had reduced pain in my knee, and I'm still doing the same moving around. I mean, we're unpacking. We're packing the truck, and then we unpack the truck. And we're moving boxes around in the house. And the pain, there's still pain, but it's not intense like it was before, where I was actually limping because of the pain. I'm not limping anymore.
Now, when you say you're taking this for your knee, you could take it for other things as well, right? It's
Yeah,
not just
yeah.
specifically for knee.
Oh, I think so. I think any inflammation, I think. But the story we did was specifically for your knee.
Correct. Right. And that's probably one of the most widely used joints in your body, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Constantly using that. So even if
yeah.
you're sitting. So
Yeah, so
yep.
again, it's spelled Inulin, Inulin. Comes in a capsule.
And you could
Okay.
buy it just across
Amazon.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Okay, here we go. You probably know fruit and vegetables are good for you, and most of us don't eat enough of them. Frozen and canned produce may be a surprisingly healthy alternative to fresh fruit and vegetables. Amid a cost of living crisis, buying more fresh food may not seem like a budget friendly option. Enter canned or frozen fruit and vegetables. Would you like to know more?
These are usually cheaper and longer lasting than fresh produce, but but are they as healthy? Let's unpack the research. Fruit and vegetables contain important vitamins, minerals, and fiber. Uh, all very important, especially the older you get. These important to overall well-being and reduce the risk of illnesses such as heart disease and some cancers. The Australian Guide to Healthy Eating recommends adults eat at least 2 servings of fruit and 5 servings of vegetables. I'm not anywhere close to that every day. This includes frozen and canned options.
So, our church, we have like a bishop's storehouse where if you're in need of food, you can get a food order placed where you can get, and a lot of it is canned. And I know that we just packed and moved canned chicken. We had maybe half a dozen cans of canned chicken, and it's delicious. It works.
Long
So
shelf life.
what? Yeah, long shelf
Long
life.
shelf
Yeah,
life. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, we keep canned chicken here too.
yeah. For example, half a cup of frozen broccoli or half a cup of canned beans equals 1 serving of vegetables. 1 cup of canned peaches or 1 cup of diced frozen mango equals 1 serving of fruit. Most canned and frozen fruits and vegetables are cheaper than fresh produce, as they generally come pre-chopped and ready to cook. They also cut down on prep time.
Produce that is canned or frozen also has a much longer shelf life than fresh options. This means they are available year round and are less likely to spoil and have to be thrown out. Frozen and canned fruit or vegetables generally retains its original nutritional value, sometimes better than fresh produce. For example, the nutritional value of most frozen and canned products is equivalent to fresh fruit and vegetables that have been in the fridge for a week.
So this is really friendly for food storage. Let's say you're
Right.
saving up for like an emergency, whether it's a flood or you lose your job or lightning strikes, whatever. Um, this is good food storage, and you go through your food storage and you eat it and replenish it.
Yeah, that's the key there, right? Making sure you rotate your food.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah, then you deal with other stuff. So,
But the process of preserving certain foods may actually increase their nutrient content. Apricots are one example, with frozen apricots having a much higher vitamin C content than fresh apricots. This is because vitamin C is used to help preserve the fruit.
freezing uses low temperatures to delay food spoilage. Industrial freezing methods are effective at retaining the color and textural qualities of fruits and vegetables while also maintaining their nutritional content.
However, freezing may damage the structure of food if it causes ice crystals to develop. This can reduce the nutrient content of fruits and vegetables and make them mushy, especially if you thaw and refreeze them. Frozen fruits and vegetables are at risk of being contaminated with the bacteria Listeria monocytogenes, which can cause food poisoning. But cooking fruits or vegetables before eating them reduces this risk.
The canning process involves sterilizing foods at high temperatures so they can be safely stored at room temperature for long periods. However, being exposed to high temperatures causes some nutrients in the food to break down, especially water soluble vitamins such as vitamin C. But advances in canning technology are allowing the process to be done faster and at lower temperatures, meaning fewer nutrients are lost.
There are some things to look out for when purchasing canned fruit or vegetables. Canned vegetables can have a high salt content, so it's best to choose products that say no added salt. You can also check the nutrition information panel and look for options with the lowest sodium content. Draining and rinsing canned vegetables before eating them can also help reduce the amount of salt you eat.
For baked beans and sauce, the sauce may contain added sugar and salt. If you eat baked beans regularly, it's worth finding a self or salt reduced option to help you lower your sodium intake. To help reduce your sugar consumption, choose canned fruit options that are canned in juice rather than syrup. Big one of that is peaches, right? Peaches always
Yeah.
pretty much come in syrup. Some may also say no added sugar on the package.
Canned fruits can be eaten as a snack on their own or with cereal or yogurt. Yeah, I ate canned peaches a lot, or jarred peaches. In many recipes, you can often replace fresh fruit with frozen and canned options. Frozen veggies are great for whipping up a quick meal. For example, frozen peas and edamame only need a few minutes to cook, so they can be added last minute to a stir fry or stew.
Adding a tin of lentils, chickpeas, or beans can bulk out a stew or pasta sauce while boosting your fiber and protein intake. Given they are already cooked, you can also toss them into a salad that will keep you fuller for longer. Just remember to rinse them first.
Compared to tinned versions, dried beans, chickpeas, and lentils, which are all excellent sources of fiber and protein, are even better value and also have a long shelf life, but they can take longer to prepare.
Depending on the products, dried beans, chickpeas, and lentils may need soaking prior to cooking or may be ready to add straight to the pot. If in doubt, check the instructions on the back of the packet.
Dried fruits are not recommended as everyday alternative to fresh, frozen, or canned fruit. This is because drying makes them more highly concentrated in sugar, but you can enjoy them as an occasional snack.
Okay, so up at camp, the head cook, chef, if you will, uh, we had tacos, and so we she made beans, and she used dried beans, and I've never really. I mean, my mom used to make beans years ago, and that was even before the days of crock pots, and she would cook them all day. So that's how this particular person cooked these things. You throw these beans in a crock pot, cut up an onion, threw it in there. I think she threw a couple of other leafy things in there. I don't know what they were. Filled it with water, turned it on. Those things cooked all day. I didn't have any of the beans because I'm not a real big bean guy. But everybody that had beans thought that they were the best beans that they had. They were they're just regular, pinto beans, dried pinto beans. And then when they were done cooking, she just used an emulsion mixer.
For like refried, make them mushy, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much like a refried bean. Yeah, and yeah, it was amazing. So it can be done.
Can you imagine putting bacon grease in that while you're cooking it? Oh,
or bacon,
or bits of bacon. Yeah.
Yeah, bacon always makes everything taste better. So, but yeah, it was pretty. Again, I'm open the can, open the package. Not much of a fresh kind of guy, so it was cool actually to see it. There's probably people that are listening or watching and saying, "Dude, that's how you do it," but we're just not into that, So, but yeah, it's possible, and I like this because it is, fresh fruit. Keep it in the freezer, even if it's a little bit of frost, And then there's other ways of keeping the stuff, like vacuum sealing. That's come a long way. Used to have the big vacuum sealers, they're like 24 inches long, and you had the big bags, and now they got these things you can buy on Amazon. My wife has one. Yeah, looks like a little mixer, and the bags are really cool, and you can reuse them. And just one example. So avocados, they're very persnickety, right? I mean, if you open it,
they oxidize quickly.
Yeah, they go bad really quickly. Well, so my wife cut these avocados in half, put them in this vacuum sealer bag.
I remember you were telling me this.
Yeah, she'll keep them in the refrigerator for a couple weeks. They look as good as new. Again, I don't need avocado. I mean, I guacamole, but I don't need avocado. But she loves avocado, and avocados are not cheap, so it's been great. Anyway, yeah, it's coming a long way. So, thanks for listening.
All right, folks. We'll see you tomorrow morning.
Take care, everyone. Have a good day.